on. All right, family, Black Power, Black Power. You know what time it is. This is Underground Warrior TV. Your first time tuning in to my channel, please mash up the likes, share the video. Most of all, subscribe to that channel. Please subscribe to that channel. Hit the notification button at the bottom so you always be in the crosshairs when I drop one of these videos. Fam, reality is reality. If you cannot accept reality for what reality really is, then you're living in a fairy tale type of life, make-believe life, and you cannot face the truth for what it is. And I shall not argue no more or debate about the particular situation or particular topic or particular subject that everyone is speaking on. And I'm talking about the recent passing of the so-called Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, the so-called Queen. I can't give her the whole title as Royal Queen because you cannot be Royal Queen stealing your way to the top and murdered your way to the top. You have to be born into a royal bloodline to be royal. So I cannot give the Queen Elizabeth, the so-called Queen Elizabeth, that title because I know the history of Great Britain. I know the history of Great Britain. So I cannot give her that title. I cannot mourn for someone who was part of a family who murdered millions and millions of Africans. So with that being said, fam, you have a wide range of support from the African community for Queen Elizabeth's passing. And I'd say that is a slap in the face of your foreparents, especially if you're from Kenya, especially if you're from Jamaica. You're supposed to have your independence, Jamaica, in August of 1962, August 6th of 1962. You were supposed to gain independence from Great Britain. But what Great Britain done, and which the Queen done, is leave someone in power who will watch the country or the island for her and Britain's best interests. This is where you get the house Negro. This is where you get the house Negro, Jamaica. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You have a 12-day observation to commemorate the people or the person who enslaved your ancestors, in return went to your land and took your land and murdered millions of people by setting up concentration camps in Jamaica, setting up concentration camps in Kenya, Jamaica. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, he said that so-called Queen Elizabeth reign was transformative and inspiring. He said also, this is Andrew Holness, who commemorates the Queen by giving the Queen a 12-day memorial commemorating so-called Queen Elizabeth. Jamaica ought to be ashamed of yourself. You done smacked your ancestors in the face. Are you crazy? I don't understand why would you commemorate the people that enslaved your people. So this is what they did. This is what Great Britain did. They always leave a Negro in power to watch the island and make sure that the island is being used in the best interests and ideals of the Western world, such as Great Britain. How you gonna have independence, but you're still tied to a commonwealth state? This is slapping the ancestors' face for Jamaica to give honor and respect to a person who didn't respect black people, who hated Africans till she died. Meghan Markle, Meghan Markle is a prime example that she hate black people. I don't see why black people can't get it through their minds. And I will not speak on this particular topic. It just surprised me. I sat back and I wanted to see how many Africans would love their oppressor and pray for their oppressor. See, when you come into this Christianity, it teaches you and sets you up to mourn your enemy. No matter what your enemy do to you, you will mourn and bow down before your enemy. And this is a proof positive that Christianity is insanity. How can you love someone who murdered millions of Jamaican black people, who were subjected to slavery from West Africa and transported on ships from West Africa into what we call Jamaica today? So in 1962, August of 1962, when Jamaica became a so-called independent nation, only thing happened was Great Britain left a house Negro in charge to be in the best interest of the Western world. So, even the opposition leader to Andrew Holness, Mark Golden, he said the Queen was a symbol of decency and stability and continuity. All three of those words he right. Decency, he right. Decency, he right. He right in his own world, his own mind. He tried to feed this to the people. Decency, she didn't have decency for the Jamaican people, the African people of Jamaica. They tortured, maimed, and murdered Jamaicans, African people. Jamaica was a sugar colony. So they had a slave trade owned by the British. The British enslaved the Jamaicans, killed many black people in Jamaica. Now, how in the hell are you going to have your flag at half mast for a tyrant, for someone who killed your people? This is insane to me. It's insane to me. Jamaica, you have slapped your African ancestors in the face by having empathy and sympathy for your oppressor. You have smacked your ancestors in the face. Anyone who support Queen Elizabeth that's African have slapped their ancestor in the face, and they don't give a fuck about black people. Only thing these leaders, these black leaders that's put in position, only thing they care about is lining their pockets with money while their people starve. This is what goes on in Africa. This is what goes on in India, because the American government, Great Britain, and the Western world, when it has an interest in any country, it always put a house Negro in charge. And the house Negro do the bending and binding for Great Britain. And this was going over in Jamaica. Stability, yeah, she kept oppressive regimes with stability up on the African people. Continuity, her and all her comrades made sure to keep Africa subjected to poverty, murder. You know what I'm saying? These are the regimes that oppress African people. You can read it for yourself. I just sat back and look at Negroes shed tear and cry for oppressor named so-called Queen Elizabeth. How can you sit back and cry real tears for people who have lynched your people at the stake? They castrated the black men, raped the black woman, and all you could do is have empathy and sympathy and send your condolences to Buckingham Palace, the most ruthless, brutal regime up on the planet when it comes to torture. Can somebody tell me, am I tripping? I've lost my mind because I have not read and seen the Jamaican Prime Minister and people in Jamaica cry for the people who subjected their ancestors to slavery. Maybe I'm tripping. Somebody leave a comment below and telling me that I'm being too harsh about my sayings. But I don't give two rats about the Queen. I know her history. And I shall not talk about the Queen Elizabeth no more as it relates to me trying to prove my position as her being a colonizer. The record reflect for itself. Jamaica, you have slapped your ancestors in the face. Jamaica. It's crazy, y'all. Check this out, y'all. This get deep. Kenya have a 3-day commemoration for the Queen. Kenya. Yeah. Do y'all remember? Have you ever read about the Mau Mau uprising? The Mau Mau uprising in Kenya during 1952 to 1960, where millions of Africans, 100 million Africans, were subjected to murder, torture at the hands of Great Britain. And guess who was on the throne? So-called Queen Elizabeth. So I don't want to hear that she wasn't part of the mayhem of the slave trade with Queen Elizabeth I. She took the office 1952. From 1952 to 1960s, they killed many Africans. They had detention camps inside of Kenya. So you mean to tell me that Kenya's president, William Ruto, have good things to say about the Queen? He didn't bring up the colonial past of the Queen? Maybe I lost my mind. I can't believe that these Negroes have empathy and sympathy and send condolence to the enemy of black people. You can't tell me that President William Ruto of Kenya don't have ancestors of Kenya who's not living anymore, but was enslaved, colonized, beaten, tortured to steal African land. The Mau Mau uprising was the coup, the coup, the Cuckoo people. The Cuckoo people, the Cuckoo people were the revolutionaries who band together, Black Revolutionary Party who band together to overthrow the European Great Britain people about a Great Britain. Great Britain responded by rounding up millions of Africans and torturing them and put them inside detention camps. And you mean to tell me that President Kenyatta, the former president of Kenya, is also sending condolences and a 3-day memorial for Queen Elizabeth, so-called Queen Elizabeth? Half staff will be the flag will be at half mast. You know, in Kenya, it's a slap in the face to the ancestors. It's a slap in the face to the people who are alive today when their kinfolk were held in captive in detention camps inside of Kenya. It's a slap into the survivor of the relatives of those people. Black people really hate black people. For the love of the Caucasian, the devil money, you align your pockets up and you keep the people of your country poor. And that's what goes on with these step-and-fetched Negroes. I can't understand. It's a slap in your ancestors' face to commemorate and have nice things to say about a people who tortured your people, burned your people alive, castrated your people. You don't care nothing about black people. You scared to say something. Jamaica, Africa, you know, Kenya, especially you, Kenya, all the torture that they hampered up on our people there, and all you could do, and you're sad and you're crying. There's Africans in this world right now that hate African people who was born here in America, called African descent. That's what they call us, or African America. There's Africans that hate black people from this country. And there's black people that hate Africans from that country. There's Africans that hate Africans inside of Africa. There's blacks inside this country that hate blacks. But when it comes to standing up against the one who really oppressing us, who's causing all this chaos, no one got no work. But they got nice thing to say about many years of torture that the ruling class hampered on African people. No one sees that history. Nobody want to talk about that history. It's a slap in your ancestors' face. Anyone who's African descent. Matter of fact, if you white, like they're over there in Ireland, they are dancing in the street because the queen is dead. She invaded them. So anyone who commemorates this queen is down with the evil deeds, is down with the Luciferian doctrine. What I told y'all, that America is ran by a satanic force. You see Joe Biden toe to toe, hand in hand with Great Britain. You seen it in the Bush administration. Bush was hand in hand with the ruling class, the Great Britons. So when you got a nation, media that will not report the real deal, Holyfield, about Queen Elizabeth and her family, That means that they are in bed together. They are in bed together. America and Great Britain are really close. So that's a slap in your face. That's a slap in your face to the ancestor. You slapped your ancestor in the face when you commemorate and had nice things to say about a people who oppressed your people. You slapped your ancestor in the face. Jamaica slapped their ancestors in the face. Kenya has slapped their ancestors in the face. Fam, mash up the likes, share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button so you always be in the crosshairs of this real dynamic, hot, military, art of war type knowledge coming at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real. And I'm out of here. Y'all mash up them likes, man. Mash up them likes, man. Mash up the likes.